A very good evening to everyone. I'm Neha, Ambassador of Change for GETI, that is Global Education and Training Institute, founded and conceptualized by Dr. Sunita Gandhi with the vision of disrupting the education movement as we know it through various in-person, in-service, and pre-service training for teachers so that they can spearhead this disruptive education movement and also through organizing various detox where we invite policymakers, educators, researchers, and various people from the education fraternity to discuss various best practices in education with us. And today, this evening, I'm very honored and thrilled to have with us Dr. Supriya Pathak, who is the director of Foreign Witty Gossip Association based in Indore, Madhya Pradesh. And ma'am will be condensing her experience in talking about how we can empower ourselves, organizations, at a global scale through financial literacy, a topic that we have covered many times, but we've covered it in for students only. So I think this is going to be a very broad discussion for us today. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much, dear. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am Dr. Supriya Tiwari Pathak, Director Foreign Affairs, Witty Gossip Association. I am also the Assistant Professor in the Oriental University. Along with the Assistant Professor, I am the Professor in charge in the International Foreign Affairs Cell. I am also the Research Supervisor in the Oriental University. So, with your permission, can we talk now on my topic?
Yes, ma'am. I have added your presentation. You can take us through
Yes,
it.
yes. So, today I will discuss on the global empowerment through financial literacy. Actually, this is the movement, global empowerment through financial literacy, and this movement is run by the organization which name is Witty Gossip Association. So, moving ahead, uh, here I would like to introduce that what is the importance of financial literacy in the global economy, because most of the people doesn't know that what is the financial literacy is important in their day to day life. So recently, actually, the my whole presentation is based on the keynote address by the Honorable Donald J. Johnson, Secretary General of the OECD, to the Financial Education Summit, Kuala Lumpur, 12 December 2005. So the individuals and households must have the tools to cope with the increasingly complex world of financial instruments. Understanding the financial world is crucial as people assume more responsibility for their own retirement security, because public and private pensions face pressures that threaten their solvency. So, as the this key statement says, we are responsible for our own investments, for our own spendings, and for our own expenditures. So, first of all, we have to know the importance of the financial literacy. Moving ahead, here I would like to represent the rationale for focusing on women. Both women and men need to be sufficiently financially literate. Women's needs are even higher because there are some points typically have fewer financial resources than men. For example, lower labor market participation, lower earnings, discontinuous careers for caring activities. The point second says that live longer on average than men, need to manage resources well and for longer periods to improve access to economic financial opportunities and to avoid poverty in the old age. Recently, in the many countries, we can see that especially the old people and including the old women, actually they have to suffer a lot in their golden age, just because they don't need about the meaning of the financial literacy. They don't know how to important is the financial literacy. So they have to depend for their day to day expenditure on the children. So that's why they have to suffer a lot. So here I mentioned that in the old age, many of the women have to uh, have to suffer related to the poverty issues. So the outline of my presentations is gender differences in the financial literacy and women's vulnerabilities, policy responses, lessons and challenges. So the first topic is gender differences in financial literacy and women's financial vulnerabilities. Here you can say that women have lower financial knowledge. You can see that in this slide, I have mentioned the name of many countries. Large international evidence from the many sources countries, women have lower levels of financial knowledge. Here you can see that Albania, Armenia, Australia, British Virgin Islands, Bulgaria, Canada and Czech Republic, even India, Ireland, and Germany. Germany is known as the hub of the automobiles, but still, in the Germany there is the there is the lack of financial knowledge among the women. You can see other name also like Japan, Malaysia, and the New Zealand, uh, and the UK and US also. These are the developed countries, but still they have the lack of financial knowledge among the women. And here you can say that in the East Germany, Hungary, and Russia, there is the gender differences are not significant in a minority of the cases. So, on a sobering note, uh, here I would like to mention the survey which is conducted in Japan. So, in the survey, we found that 71% of respondents lack knowledge about equities and bonds. 57% lack knowledge about the financial products in general, and 29% lack knowledge of insurance and pensions. That means people don't know about the financial instruments, and we have to take care about this. So, continue the sobering note here. A survey in the United States found that 4 out of 10 American workers are not saving for retirement. So, as I said that previously, that in an old age they have to suffer a lot, even they have to face the poverty. On the other hand, the findings are encouraging. As you can see that research in the United States shows that workers increase their participation in 401k plans when employers offers financial education programs, whether in the form of brochures or seminars. Here I want to explain the 401k plan. Actually, in a US, there is a particular program related to the financial literacy and the wealth awareness, in which several seminars and the several webinars organized for the people, for the young minds, and for the women also, to educate them about the financial literacy. So this survey, actually this research in the United States, shows a very encouraging and a very positive aspect. So, moving ahead, women's financial attitudes. Here, I want to discuss about the women's financial attitudes. Some attitudes may hamper women's ability to deal effectively with the financial issues. As if I'm talking about the India, so actually in India there is a lots of problem related to the financial issues. Even in India, we says that the women are Grah Lakshmi. That means they are the goddess of the wealth, but still they are powerless. Still they are the moneyless because there are so many issues. Women have lower confidence than men in their financial knowledge and skills, especially with the complex issues. women and girls appear to be less interested in financial issues than men. Actually, from the childhood, it has seen in India that women and girls uh, takes means a little interest to know more about the financial literacy. On the other hand, but some attitudes are likely to be conducive to more prudent behavior. Women seem to be aware of their lack of financial knowledge. Men are more likely to be overconfident in their financial skills. Women are more risk averse than men. So, this is about the women's financial attitudes. So, here I would like to discuss some areas of financial behavior are especially critical for the women. Women appear to better than men at short term money management behavior, having a budget, but can become vulnerable in the other domains as they are, like less able to save smaller amounts, typically as a result of weaker labor market position. Actually, in many states in India, most of the women are in the government job. They earn very well, but they don't know how to invest the money. The money part means the investing part of the money is taken by, is checked care by their husbands, either their husbands or either their means son. So actually this point is very important to discuss. Now, more likely to save informally, lower access to financial markets, lower financial inclusion. Here, I would like to mention that in the financial markets in India, the participation of women is very, very vulnerable. So, more likely to cut expenses and less likely to earn extra money, work more when facing problems making ends meet, less likely to compare products across providers and to take informed decisions by consulting either non independent or independent sources of information. So, here now we would discuss on the policy responses. So here, actually, in this map, in this world map, I have mentioned that the financial education programs for the women and the girls. Actually, in the many countries, there are lots of awareness programs related to the financial education, financial literacy, and the wealth awareness. So, programs vary depending on the country's circumstances and the needs. Here, the stakeholders, for example, public authorities, local and international NGOs, mutual fund institutions, and financial institutions. So, the target groups are young girls, elderly widows, low income, unemployed women, financially excluded victims of violence. And what would be the topics of these kind of programs? So for example, financial product awareness and day to day financial management, borrowing, long term financial planning, and consumer rights. So here I would like to actually play the video, in which in the video you have to just show that what is the saving and spending. So please let me know the video is visible. Please let me know the video is visible or not. Okay. So this is all about the savings and the spending. I am playing the video again. Just hold on. And spending. Economics for kids.
by teaching without frills. First, let's review. Many people earn money by working. Some people sell goods, and others perform services to earn money. People use their money to buy the things that they need and want. But you can't have everything you want, right? Scarcity means that you want more than you can have. We all experience scarcity because we can want an unlimited number of things, but we don't have unlimited money or resources. So we have to make choices. We usually buy things we need before we buy what we want. For example, I need to buy a
Ma'am,
healthy lunch,
I'm
but
so
I
sorry to
really want
interrupt.
it.
Yes,
I, I'm,
please tell me.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, ma'am. I can just hear the audio, not the video.
Okay, okay. Just hold on. So, actually, the audio is very clear.
Yes, ma'am. The audio is very clear. Yes.
Okay, so can we go without the video? Because in the
Yes.
audio, there is the message is very clear,
Okay. Okay.
right?
It's okay, ma'am. You can go with the audio.
I should
Yep.
probably buy my lunch first and then see if I have enough money left over for dessert. Sometimes we have to choose between spending our money now or saving it for later. All of the choices that we make about spending and saving have benefits and costs, or pros and cons. When you spend your money, you can buy something right away, but it might have to be something small that you can afford, and then you might not have much money left for other things. When you save your money, you may have to wait longer, which is hard sometimes. But when you do, you can afford something more expensive. What would you do if you had $5? Would you spend it right away on an ice cream sundae? Or would you save it for a few weeks until you could afford a cool new toy? There's no right answer. We each just have to think about the benefits and costs of the choices that we make to spend or save. Check out the other videos in this series to learn more about economics.
So, as you can see in this video, sorry, you can listen in this video that we have to choose that what we are spending and what we are saving. So, there is a quite difference between the investing, saving, and the expenditures. So, let's learn. So, in combination with training on the entrepreneurship, business skills, health related issues, or with access to formal financial products, we have to conduct these kind of programs related to the financial literacy because actually we want to empowerment, we want a global empowerment in this ultra modern business world. And actually the United Nations in this sustainable development goal 17 agenda dedicated a particular sustainable development goal, which name is sustainable development goal 8, decent work and economic growth. So this goal is all about the economic growth and the financial literacy. So we have to understand that what is the importance of financial literacy in our day-to-day financial management. So the next slide is addressing the needs of specific subgroups of women and different programs for women financial education. There are some subgroups like young elderly women, financial education for middle age and elderly women in Japan, low income marginalized, financial education for literate or semi literate women in rural areas of the India, female MSMEs, various ILO projects in Cambodia, Seva in India, Great Woman Project in the Philippines. So here I mentioned the some kind of the programs related to the financial education in Japan, India, Philippines, and the Cambodia. So, improving women's financial strategies. In developing economics, increasing financial inclusion and improving the use of formal saving products supporting female entrepreneurship. For example, providing girls with the financial literacy training and access to savings accounts in Mongolia and Bangladesh. So these kind of programs in run in the Mongolia and Bangladesh, where the girls have to take the training related to the financial literacy in their schools and in their colleges and some of the private institutes also. In more developed countries, supporting women in planning of retirement, avoiding over indebtedness. For example, helping women approaching retirement to manage their finance better for the financial independence in older years in Singapore. So actually, in Singapore, the program related to the retirements, related to the savings, which is a very means we can say that which is very helpful in the older age, is run in the Singapore, and the particular program is run by the government of the Singapore also. So the next slide is says that lessons and challenges. So, common lessons from the several case studies are while taking the account national circumstances and the needs, some general lessons can be drawn. The number one is broad approach, women's financial empowerment and greater financial independence. As a part of overall socio-economic empowerment, valuable combination of financial education with other types of training and interventions. Actually, in not only in India, but in the other countries also, there is no particular lessons or particular courses related to the financial education and financial literacy. But actually, in USA and UK, most of the institutions of the means we can say that they are focusing on providing training on the financial education and the wealth awareness. So, learning environment, learning in a group to share experiences and create sense of belonging. So, actually, first of all, we have to create the learning environment related to the financial education, use of female trainers as a role models to build confidence among trainees. Here again I'm mentioning that we have to use trainers as a role models. Like in India, there is a famous book, Let's Talk Money, and surprisingly this book is written by a woman, and the name of the woman is Monica Hallen. So you can Google it. The name is Monica Hallen, and the book name is Let's Talk About Money. So actually, this is a very very proud moment because means on the other hand, we talk about that the financial education, that the lack of knowledge in the financial education and the wealth awareness among the women is very less. But at the other hand, means on the encouraging point, on the encouraging note, we have the woman who actually who is the best seller in the Amazon for her book, Let's Talk Money. So it's a really a good example. So importance of the starting in school. So as I mentioned that people don't know about the financial literacy, wealth awareness, and even they don't know about the financial instruments also. So these kind of learning we have to start in the school in the very young age, in the childhood also. So the next slide is challenges ahead. What the challenges ahead to educate the young minds, to educate the women, to educate the uh, all people, to educate the all world for the global empowerment through financial literacy. Understanding the role of attitudes. First of all, we have to understand the role of attitudes. Women are aware of their lack knowledge and less overconfident, potentially more teachable. Taking into account that women may be particularly hard to reach group due to social segregation or lack of time due to work social obligations. So actually there is a need to means have to understand their problems, have to understand their social obligations, and the need to educate them in a proper manner about the financial wealthness and the financial and the wealth awareness. So tailoring content and delivery method to women's lower expertise and preferences in the context of financial literacy, obtaining more evidence on women's needs through financial literacy and measurement surveys, analyzing impact evolution results by gender even when a financial literacy program doesn't target women specifically. So actually, there are lots of programs related to the financial education and the wealth awareness going on in the different countries. But we have to analyze the impact evolution, and we have to analyze the particular the gender based survey. So this is all about. Uh, Thank you for inviting me in this wonderful platform. And if you want to want to ask the questions, if you want to give the feedback, so here is my mail ID, supriyapathak@gmail.com. You can also ask these questions on the wittygossip.com also. As initially I said that this program, this initiative is run by the Witty Gossip Association, the Global Empowerment through Financial Literacy. So thank you very much. With your permission, can I stop sharing?
Just 1 second, ma'am. I usually give 1 second for the audience to maybe take a screenshot of the contact details, just in case they're noting down. So just maybe
Sure,
wait for 5, 10 seconds, then we'll remove
sure,
this.
sure.
But once again, thank you so much for joining us today and educating us about, the nuances of financial literacy and how even, we can strategize around it, the technical points of it. And I think the audience has liked it. There's a lot of appreciation in the comment section I can see right now. You might not be able to see it, but I can see it. Okay, so you can remove, I'll just remove your presentation now. It's absolutely okay. But, ma'am, before we conclude, would you have any parting thoughts for our teachers and educators, specifically, in the context of financial literacy, how they can, play, lead by example and be a role model for students also, and especially, specifically girls, I would say.
Yes, as I mentioned, the name of the famous author,
Yes, ma'am.
Monica
Yes.
Hannan, and she is the bestseller in the Amazon. And recently, she published the book "Let's Talk Money" in Marathi and in
Okay,
Hindi also.
that's beautiful.
And she is planning to publish this book in different languages also. So yes, if I'm talking about the global educators, if I'm talking about the different professors, different teachers, and also if I want to talk about the industry and the other sectors also. So yes, there is a need to educate the young minds about the financial literacy.
Absolutely.
I live in the cleanest city of India, which name
Yes.
is Indore. And Indore, there is means a famous private limited company, which name is Red Vision Technology Private Limited. And actually, the Red Vision Private Technology Limited is initiated a movement, and they supported this movement, global empowerment through financial literacy, because the company is dealing with the softwares, and these softwares are made by the these softwares for the mutual fund advisors.
Okay.
So actually these softwares are very helpful for the mutual fund advisors. And this company says that in their survey, actually they have lots of data of the mutual fund advisors, but 80% are the male, and only 20, or we can say that only 10% are women who are the mutual fund advisors. So actually there is a very big difference, and we have to fill this gap. We have to fill this gap. So we can do
Absolutely.
one thing. First, we in our curriculum, from the childhood, in our daily curriculum, we have to means we have to take the trainings. We have to give the trainings to our young minds about the saving, and about the spending, and
Absolutely.
about the investing. Actually, here is just a small example. If you have a child, and the child age is 5 years, so the 5 years old child know that yes, this is the coin of five, this is the coin of two, this is the coin of one. Okay,
Absolutely.
so you have to make one thing. You have to put three jar in your house, and in the three jar, just mention that this is for your saving, this is for your expenditure, and this is for investing. So these kinds of things, these three magical words: expanding, investing, and the saving, make your child's future better. Because
Absolutely.
what things happens in India, actually, when we grow, and when we means when we are in the age of the 18, and we are reading in the colleges, we are means taking the degrees of the graduation, only then we able to understand through the curriculum that yes, there is a chapter on the investing, yes, there is a chapter on the expending. Because as I know that because I am the student of the MBA finance. So in the MBA finance, on the third semester, I got the knowledge about the securities and the portfolio management. So yeah, so means this is the difference. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
what is the mutual fund? What is the bonds? What is the debentures? At least in the early childhood, or at least in the higher classes from the 9th to 12th, I think means our young minds have to know about these terminologies, have to know about the financial instruments. So there is a need to make these kind of curriculum on the financial literacy. So thank you very much. This is all about the financial literacy, dear.
Absolutely. Thank you once again, ma'am, for jotting down some, actionable tips for our teachers that they can begin in their classrooms. I would say, from say tomorrow only. That's, one step ahead in making a financially literate nation through its students. Once again, ma'am, thank you so much for joining us today. And I hope you have a good day and I hope to see you around again.
Thank you, dear. Thank you very much.